them are more than pals.
Our show can be a little gay,
But if you're not,
that's okay.
you can listen and have fun either way. Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews. Game of Thrones, Winona too. We promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like dirty things. Dirty things.
Hello and welcome to the She Nerds Out podcast. I'm Kat.
I'm Wendy.
This is Tara.
On today's episode, we have a mail sack. We think we're going to talk about Obi Wan. We keep teasing it.
We
We keep pushing it.
It's a mega tease.
And we're going to play a little Ask Us Anything. We reached out to our listeners on Twitter, and they delivered, guys. We got some great questions that we are going to be forced to answer. But first, Wendy,
Yes.
what day is it?
Well, okay. I know we're looking ahead to when this podcast is released to the world, but today, the day of recording, you know what day it is? It's my husband's birthday. He turns 80, Mr. Harrison Ford.
Harrison
Turned
Ford.
80 today.
Wow.
A spry 80.
Spry. Hey, if anybody needs a spry 80, it's that man. But you know who else is spry? Patrick Stewart's birthday, too. That's pretty
Hey,
cool.
whoa.
Twofer. 82, I think, is Patrick Stewart.
Wow.
So,
Big day.
couple old dudes. Pretty hot old dudes. That's what I'm saying.
Smoking.
Happy birthday, honey. See you later. We're going to dinner tonight for his birthday.
Where y'all going?
Burger King.
Wow.
I don't know.
He's a
Wendy's.
big spender.
Oh. I don't know.
Is that right?
I don't know. Happy birthday, dear.
There's a joke in
so-
there somewhere.
I'm sure there is. You know, it's interesting, the national days of the week. I'm trying to find one that's really like great. The 20th is National Moon Day. I'm sure the moon's like, dude, you don't humor me. I'm the moon. I don't need your
I don't need your
validation.
day. Yeah.
It also on the 20th is National Hot Dog Day. I love me a good hot dog.
Oh, nice.
Saying. I also the next day could be like my day too, National Junk Food Day.
Listen.
I ate a little too much of that.
Speaking of, we're all having a beverage. And,
Yes.
beverage.
and I have some cookies here. So,
Very good. Are you dipping the cookie into your drink?
no, only because it won't fit. I've tried.
What kind of cookie?
It is a little famous Amos cookie.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Nice. Can't beat that.
Well, one more day.
please.
One more day. The 23rd. I just have to say it's Gorgeous Grandma Day.
Aw,
Aw.
that's nice.
Happy day, all you gorgeous grandmas.
I think all grandmas are gorgeous.
yeah.
You gotta,
Kinda feels
you gotta
weird to
say
say
that.
that, but
when he's like,
I mean, it feels weird. It's like, you're gorgeous, grandma. You know?
You got to think for grandma's cat. Don't spit it out.
I think Kat's about to kill her computer with her spit.
Oh no!
Let's see if we
I
can
almost
get
did a spit
Aw,
take.
gee.
that was almost a spit take.
Yeah.
Do I have a thing for grandmas? I don't know. I'm sure there's some hot grandmas we can do a little.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for
research on.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know, is Gillian Anderson a grandmother yet? Like, she's got a kid, but does her kid have a kid?
That I don't know, but
I
she
think she-
technically could be a
I
grandma.
think
There's
she's
a lot
fine.
of hot grandmas
I
out
feel like
there.
there's a list in there somewhere.
Oh, you
Like,
know
that
there's
we
a
can- that we
list.
can make.
No.
I'm sure there's a list. Let's see.
Of hottest grandma. Okay,
Famous
maybe we will.
hot
Maybe we will.
grandma.
Well, we don't need to do it now. We can
I'm
save
just
it.
curious
Let's
to
save
see.
it.
Oh yeah, there's a
Someone
list.
Can't put all
There's
our
a list.
content out there.
Someone's already made the list.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right, we'll save it.
Let me
Maybe
just see who's number one. Oh, number one, Susan Lucci. When was this list made?
1980.
grandma
2009.
Oh.
Well,
I'm
then
sure
we
back
can
then.
update it. We'll update it.
Okay.
Maybe next week. That's
Yeah.
the tease. We're going to do hot grandmas next week
Grandmas
Sure.
we think are hot.
as opposed to. I mean, Susan Lucci. Susan Lucci's
Hey,
still
a
with
friend
us.
of mine's sister worked with Susan Lucci. Said she was a very nice person and had like a memory, like a photographic memory. She could remember scripts like that.
It would make sense. Those soap operas.
Because she
crank-
needed to.
Cranking them
Yeah.
out. Well, listen, Wendy, you the days that you were saying, oh, we're recording on this day, it's Harrison Ford's birthday. If people are paying attention, they'll know that we're not recording on our normal day. We normally record the weekend before an episode. We're recording on the hump day before this episode is released. Happy hump day, everyone.
I'm humping everything around here.
Sounds about right.
This is Tara.
Thank you.
I think people know. Do you want to?
Do they, Kat? I don't know.
Do you want? Well, I don't think they think Wendy's going to be talking about humping everything.
No.
Everybody I met in UK said, "Oh yeah, I'll. This helps me now. I can maybe tell the difference between you two. Like
Really?
legitimately.
Okay.
Minnie, Sue, they can. Yeah.
Well, that's at least 3 people now you've helped to.
That's one by one listener at a time.
You spent a lot of money to go take care of that. Thank you.
Worth it. So we're recording Wednesday before our normal release day. We got some travel coming up. I'm actually going out of town this weekend. I'm the reason we're recording on a Wednesday. It's my fault, guys. I'm going away this weekend and I'm playing D&D for 2 days straight.
So what is
called
involved?
it a retreat?
It's a D&D retreat.
You lock yourselves on a cabin and you don't do anything but D&D, like a marathon. What
My
is
friends
this?
and I, that's it. We rent a house. We did Big Bear last year. This year we're going out towards Solvang,
Nice.
beautiful Santa Barbara wine country.
Oh,
And we're just playing D&D for
and
2
not
days
leaving
straight.
your room.
Pretty much.
Oh my gosh! You
When
could
do
just go to downtown and get a room. And
Wendy, we
Yeah,
gotta learn how to play
guess.
D&D so we can get invited on.
forget
Kat's
that.
field
I just want to
trips.
go to these places and actually be able to
Yeah,
leave
that's
the
true.
room. If you're going to Big Bear near Solvang, I ain't staying around. I'm gonna
That's
go
fair.
outside.
All right,
But y'all have fun.
well,
But
thank
do you wear costumes?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
we
Don't
don't
look at me.
try-
I'll
do you have a?
That would
do
be
you have a
ridiculous
character?
on our D&D retreat that we're spending so much money on.
Do you have a character, Kat, or do you get that when you get there? How does this work? Do you
No,
already
no,
have a character?
we
Who's your
pre-made
character?
our characters. We're starting a new campaign.
What are you?
What are you? Yeah.
I'm a human variant fighter, and I'm going to multi-class with rogue once I get to level 3.
Ooh, multi-class. That sounds sexy.
It is.
Okay.
What are your odds of winning this thing? Is there a winner?
There's not really. See, that's what
No.
people get confused about. There's not
I am
really a winner.
confused.
It's about the fun, right? You know,
Oh,
are
okay.
you familiar with the Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Yeah. Part of it.
They, it
was an indie film.
It's a little picture
Small
not
budget.
too many people saw.
No.
This young filmmaker out of New Zealand. It's the Fellowship of the Ring, right? They're this band of people. It's a party they go, and it's the adventures along the way that we're all winners. Really, is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. Well, I can't wait till it turns out.
Yeah, so it's not even like a tournament style. It's just like you're just going away and continuing the same game that you do.
So it's a new
normally.
campaign. We're starting a new campaign.
Oh, okay.
How many people are involved in this?
There's 6 of us total. One of us is our dungeon master.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
I know
You're not the
such a
dungeon master?
nerd, man.
Not
Yeah,
on
weren't
the-
you?
Not on this campaign, no.
Okay.
I have DM'd.
Oh.
I'm not laughing. I
just can't
There's
take
just
me
so many
seriously.
jokes I want to make.
I know.
No, I mean, I want to love D&D. I have tried it. I think I just have very little attention span. It's very hard for me.
Understood. You both would be great at it. You'd both have a lot of fun. But the hardest part is getting everybody to continue. And we've started October 2020, and we have continued almost every week since.
Wow.
So we're some committed players.
Can you play remotely?
We
Apparently?
mostly do. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we
you
Zoom
have
it.
to.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there you go. I'll tell you all about it when I get back.
Okay.
Well, but
give
not right after you get back because we're all leaving again.
That's
Or at least
right.
Tara and I are leaving again. We're going to San Diego.
That's
Comic-Con
right.
Comic
after that.
Con. Yeah.
So yeah, we're figuring out some scheduling thing, and actually, one kind of cool thing that we're doing is that we're gonna do a feed swap. If you don't know what that is, I didn't either until about a week ago. It's where another podcast switches feeds with you. So we're going to appear on the feed of Les Hangout, a great podcast, and we're gonna drop one of their episodes on our feed. So it's like a get to know another podcast kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Pod swap.
Fun. It's
That's
a pod
cool.
swap.
Or as I like to call it, swinging.
No,
The little term I'm using.
that's not what they
Swinging,
call it though.
Changing it up.
It's more of a swap.
All you put your keys
like
in the basket.
Like a wife swap.
Oh boy.
Where it is. Host swap. No?
Nope. Just
Alrighty then. Jeez.
we're just swapping
I want to
episodes.
be a little adventurous. do
Well,
ya?
I mean, listen. Well, maybe we'll talk about it off mic.
Oh.
So that's coming soon. Les Hangout coming soon to this feed, to your ear holes. So either that'll be a bonus episode, or that might take the place of one of our episodes that we are unable to record for that week. So we'll see. But it should be fun. I think our listeners will really enjoy that podcast.
Definitely.
Yeah. Speaking of listeners,
We have some.
we do, and they write us.
Let's see.
I
Shall
missed the part
Oh,
of where we determined who was going to go first.
You don't have the live Google Doc open?
No.
I'm first.
Wendy is in fact first.
May I go now? I've got the hardest job here. I got AK's mail, and it's like a word puzzle. So all right, let's start with AK. The SNOP lives again is the title. Dudes, you're back. Awesome. And I like how AK spelled awesome like possum without the B. Awesome.
Awesome.
Tuesdays just aren't the same without your fresh weekly presence. Kat, did you start some sort of cascade? You've all moved house in pretty short order. Do you have some sort of elastic connection? She's right. Please let me start that over.
Yes.
Kat, did you start some sort of cascade? You've all moved house in pretty short order. Do you have some sort of elastic connection? So when you move, you somehow drag the others with you, along with you? What's that about? Do the Snoplings always need to live within a certain distance of each other to maintain the throuple? What do all the cats make of it? Happy new home, Wendy. I hope you're all very happy in your new pads. Okay, that sounds dodgy, even to English ears. New homes. AK has a point. We've all recently moved, which I never thought I'd be moving, but here I am. I'm the last one to move.
That is a
I
good
didn't even think about
observation.
that we
Yeah,
all.
I know.
Yeah.
But we're still together.
We are.
Strange thing, COVID plus the iPad effect meant Wendy and Tara actually sounded even more alike than usual.
Oh,
It was
no.
totally uncanny. I
Oh,
thought
geez.
having met thises in the flesh, it would make it all much clearer, but nope. It's like, I wish I could do that face, like the little, I'm thinking, face for the emoji. I jest, of course. The COVID actually made thises sound much more similar to Kat this week. There were a couple of
Oh.
moments there I wasn't totally sure.
Whoa.
Well, that wasn't the voice used for that reading. The tech might have melted for the listeners. Surely the only thing better than going on an epic journey is telling the stories of it afterwards and showing off your spoils / scars / souvenirs, whichever are applicable for the type of journey undertaken. I know Tara got souvenirs. I don't know about the rest. Maybe mental scars from Naked Attraction? Yeah, I bet.
Fair.
I just watched the latest series of Umbrella Academy. I really like that show, especially how they handled Elliot Page's transition. FTM, female to male, on the telly? For real? If the kid I was in the way back when had known this was coming, I never would have believed it, I suppose. Like so much stuff that's happened along the way, good and ill. Can't wait to hear what you made of the rest of Jack and Obi Wan. Recaps time. I know you're the official companion podcast to.
No.
Oh wait!
Oh,
official
AK.
warning. These I want to read this in an official voice. Official warning. These unofficial recaps may or may not be in any way accurate, representative of, or even necessarily in any particular related to the shows to which they may or may not refer. The podcasters accept no responsibility, liability, culpability, fault, or blame for, well, anything really. Thanks, AK. We need to just put that at the
Yeah, can
beginning
we
of every.
put that at
We
the
should
beginning?
totally do that before each
Okay.
recap.
I think
Yeah,
that's good.
That was the perfect way to put it. Thank you, AK.
I like it.
In the end, so AK continues. Any recs for stuff to watch next? What are you guys into at the moment, TV wise? I mean, not all. AK, if you have Severance and not watched it, Severance. I will preaching that from the pulpit. I love Severance. It's great. If you have Apple TV, if you've not watched Severance, that's the show that I'm hyping up. It's gotten nominated for some Emmys just the other day. And
that's right.
Yeah, Severance. I love it. And Westworld just started back up, which I like fine. But the fourth season of that's here. That's what I'm watching next. But yeah, Severance, if you haven't watched it, that's my big show that I'm really loving this right now. Well, it's over. First season's over.
There's a little show called Stranger Things. So I'm way behind. I'm still in that first part. They released the season in 2 halves. I'm still in the first half of this season. I wish you guys liked the show. Not only because honestly, it's so well done. The writing's good. The acting's good. The cinematography is beautiful.
I'll try it again.
There's some incredible shots, Wendy, that you, I think, as a director would appreciate. The editing
I'm a fine director, Kat.
Listen, you know your shit. And also, the editing is top notch. There was an episode, I think it's episode 3. I'm not going to say anything, no spoilers. I mean, it's been out forever, but Leah and I watched it together. Leah does not like genre stuff. She loves this show, so that should tell you something. There's about 10 minutes at the end of this particular episode was so tense and so well done. We literally were holding our breath. We didn't know what was going to happen. Like the fate of a character was in the balance. And it was when it finished, we both were like almost crying and like we just couldn't talk. We were so moved and impressed by this
I'll try it again.
storytelling.
I know it's gotten a lot of great.
Oh my God! It got a bunch
feedback.
of nominations too.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really
so good.
I haven't paid attention to the spoilers for the final season, so I'd be going in cold. So I'll try to give it a shot.
It's so damn good. So we're trying to get through it as fast as we can before everything gets spoiled. But I'm just so impressed with the Duffer Brothers.
Yeah, like speaking of Emmys, here's the nominations for drama series: Squid Game's on there, Stranger Things, Yellow Jackets, Severance. Some genre stuff in there. So
we should talk Emmys next time.
Yeah, we should, because a lot of interesting nominations. Like Marvel got a bunch, of course. Hacks, Killing Eve.
Does anyone care to know what I'm watching?
Sure. What do you watch?
Tara.
Oh, thank you.
Are you watching anything new?
Well, I am watching The Orville, the new season that's out right now. It's on season 3. It got moved to Hulu. It's taken, of course, like 3 years for this new season to come out because they made the switch to Hulu right before COVID.
Got it.
So they're just about halfway through the season. It has been great this season. They've dealt with some like really heavy topics and done really well. If you are familiar with The Orville, it's done by Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy. So remember when I first saw previews for the show, I thought, oh my God, it's going to be, making fun of, more of a spoof of of Star Trek or Star Wars, but more in a mean-spirited way. But it's not like that at all. It's a great show.
Awesome.
And it's funny but it's really great stories, and it's just, I was shocked. And Seth MacFarlane's in it. He's really good. But I mean, they just had an episode with a character that wanted to transition from male to female. It was really interesting the way that they did it. It was just some topics I never thought would be covered by Seth MacFarlane's show set in space. Like kind of Star Trek spoof. I never would have thought, but really good. Also watching, speaking of Star Trek, the new one, Strange New Worlds, with Melanie in it. But if you're just watching for Melanie's little bits in it, you should go back and watch the whole thing, because the whole thing's really good.
Her little bits?
Her little bits.
Little bits.
And then I'm also watching Miss Marvel, which also just ended. We're going to talk about it in this episode. But that's new. I mean, the finale was today, and definitely worth a watch. It's different from the other ones, but it's definitely more aimed. It's a story of a teenage girl. She's 16, but it's really great. It's refreshing. I think it's just
nice
to see somebody different doing something else, and it's just edited a little bit differently, and got some cool stuff in there. And I also finally, due to my boredom during having COVID, started watching Motherland Fort Salem.
Okay.
So I'm like getting through the first season, almost done with it. And I'm enjoying it. More than Nice.
Great.
So I'm gonna keep watching. And the newest season's on right now. So, and I think it's the last season. So, definitely some sexy lady times going on.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've seen
Lots
on
of
the Twitter.
Lots of ladies
Tiny
in
bit.
that one.
Lots of ladies.
Lots of little bits in there. So that's really creepy saying it like that, but yeah.
Awesome. So there you go. AK, there are some recommendations for you. Guys, we have a piece of honest to goodness snail mail. This is, look, there's proof. It is to SNOP, not to the fucking Why Not podcast. See that?
I see it says SNOP.
Thank you. So it is from our good friend Master Chief Jen.
Ooh.
What up?
Master Chief. It's this lovely card. It says, hello there.
Oh,
hello there. Is that a Obi Wan? Hello there.
Nothing.
Is it
There's-
various cacti on the front?
It is.
Oh,
It's
there's
cute.
a note.
It's a lot of succulents, I think.
Succulents. Yeah, that's the
Oh,
word.
yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Very cute card. And here's a oh wow, okay, this is cool. It is a handwritten note on Coast Guard stationery.
What?
Just in case you doubted that Master Chief was a member of the Coast Guard. And she says, "Hi nerds. I told Kat back at Erp Expo that I'd send her my 501st Legion trading cards.
Oh, cool.
But I couldn't leave Wendy and Tara. Sorry, this is Tara out of the fun.
Thank you.
And in fact, it has included.
Sweet.
Nice.
Are they signed? I thought I saw a signature.
I don't think they're signed.
Oh, I saw something that looked like that's why.
Well, if we see Master Chief Jen somewhere, in
Well, then
another
I'm gonna get her
pod,
to sign
we'll get
them.
him signed.
Exactly.
So I'm totally putting that in the pod pub.
Oh, they are signed.
I thought so.
Oh my gosh, Wendy, you're totally right.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yes. And also, here's TC. She's crocheted a baby Yoda. It's TC. Okay, so they are signed. Sorry, Wendy, you're absolutely right. Signed, of course, because after Kat tweeted out the pic of the two of us, I became something of a celebrity. Oh, sorry, a C+/B- list
it's
social
pretty good.
media celebrity. Yeah, that's
Oh,
better than
Hey,
us.
yeah.
People recognizing me, including Emily Andress.
What?
You're welcome.
Wow. My goodness.
Well, after the woman with her at her autograph table did, anyway. So, yeah, these are collector's items, and I don't give these out to kids of all ages at Star Wars Troop events at all. Okay, these are like limited edition, guys. I actually do give a lot out to kids because some of us cosplayers, especially Inferno Squad TIE pilots with red devil eyes like me, can be scary for the kids. And the last thing we want to do is scare kids. So we give them cards or stickers and everything is all right. Oh, that's very smart. Don't take candy from strangers, but some weird nerd in Star Wars abs, Star Wars plastic abs, space person armor, handing you a trading card is just fine. Remember that, kids. Hope you all had a good break. Keep on snopping. Take care. Jen, a.k.a. Master Chief Jen.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Jen.
Very
These
cool.
are so cool. We will distribute these accordingly. I love that they're signed.
It's awesome.
It's really cute. I mean, look how good that. So this is Jen. Like that's her costume.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, I follow.
There's light
I
lighting
know, it's
effects in
set
the
dressing.
costume. So
And then
freaking
there's
cool.
without the helmet. How
Wow.
cute is
my
Jen?
God.
That's so
Jen.
cool.
She's adorable.
You know, I follow 501st on Twitter, and they do. They will often like members post pictures of themselves in costume, but in sort of like scenes and stuff. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
And I think I saw that Jen has recently been because you like your costume has to pass like a test, right? Like they
Ooh, I
have
bet.
to make sure it looks movie accurate.
You can't just put on a bathrobe and call yourself a Jedi.
No, And I think she just got approved to do Biker Scout. I think she's got a cool Biker
Sweet.
Scout
Biker
swimsuit
Scouts
precaution.
are cool.
And if you listen in a couple weeks, Master Chief Jen is going to be on the My Mistake podcast talking about Coast Guard mistakes.
Oh,
Sounds juicy.
So that's awesome. We got to get you guys on that podcast.
Yeah, I gotta come up with all my mistakes.
One of these days. And that's all from the old PO box. I did get something from the Why Not podcast, but I didn't open it because it doesn't have our name on it.
Was that a trap?
It may have been a honey trap, yeah.
They sent us something?
No, I mean, okay, here's the thing.
Oh, no, I see what you're saying. We got
shared
a piece of mail.
Yes.
And it had their name on it.
Yes.
So you did not open it.
I didn't open it.
That makes perfect sense.
Right?
It's like at work, they'll send us spam emails as a test.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
fishing.
funny.
They're fishing us.
They're fishing.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I was fished. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So you took it though? You accidentally took it or something? And
No,
or you left it there?
I received it because Anne doesn't have the key.
That sounds like an
That's
Anne
part of the
problem.
issue.
That
I
doesn't
agree.
mean we're stealing anything.
I agree. So Anne and I have to meet up in some seedy parking lot in the valley. We've done it once before.
Wow. Good luck finding a seedy parking lot in the valley.
Yeah, I know, right? So there you have it.
That's my valley you're talking about.
It actually wasn't far from your place.
Just come over to my driveway.
Hey, okay. We'll stop in the pod pub, have a couple
Yeah,
drinks.
my place probably is kind of in the middle.
Guys, we reached out to our listeners.
We missed a mail. Shelby.
We did?
Oh,
Carrie
yeah,
Marie
right.
Shelby.
Oh, shit. I jumped the gun.
Cool your jets, Crimmins.
I'm so sorry. I got so excited.
We got mail from Shelby. All right. Shelby says, I have officially met a snop tart. No, snopling? That's not it either. 1/3 of my favorite thruple. There we go. That's the one. Meeting someone I listen to every week is intimidating. But what I love most about the ERP community is that every time after that first meeting, it's like seeing an old friend. Kat, it was amazing to meet you at ERP Expo in New Orleans. Between the people I've met and the friends I've made, being an ERPer has given me more than I could have ever asked for and will forever be grateful for it. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to EDE, ERP Division Expo, to meet the rest of the thruple, which after hearing your podcast panel, I really wish I was there. I don't know what I liked more, y'all blindsiding Anne with Podcourt or Tara reading fanfic to a room full of ERPers. Either way, it was all one amazing episode. Tara and Wendy, I hope to meet both of you one day. Love always, Shelby. P.S. Kat, as promised, here are some of the pictures I took of our cornbread festival and strawberry festival in town.
Amazing.
Yes, Shelby
Cool.
has included.
Yeah.
That
I
looks
mean,
delicious.
look
A lot
at
of berries.
Oh my God.
Stuff.
There are berries. There are
This is
pans
like,
full of cornbread, like those
looks like
skillets.
shrimp and like bacon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the strawberry, pails of strawberries. Just, wow.
Shelby.
Amazing. What did Shelby say where they're from or where this all happens?
I don't remember.
National Cornbread Festival.
Yeah, I
I fucking love cornbread. I love cornbread so fucking much. If
Wow.
I ever go to a place that has cornbread, I'm fucking ordering it.
Oh,
because
okay.
That is my favorite. Give me some good cornbread. I mean,
That
I
was
love
passionate.
barbecue,
Very.
but I love barbecue. But when I go to a barbecue place, the first place I'm looking is do they have cornbread and do they have sausage, smoked sausage? That's it.
Well, okay. I've done some Googling, and so it looks like Tara, you need to schedule a trip to South Pittsburgh, Tennessee.
Oh,
We've missed it this year. It was in April, but maybe next year.
okay.
It's been going on for 25 years. Let's see. Tickets are only $8 for Cornbread Alley.
What? Cornbread Alley. Is that like Diagon Alley? And
Yes, except
Harry
it's
Potter.
all cornbread.
okay.
Oh no, there's pictures of the food, you guys.
I know.
Oh,
bet.
buttery goodness.
Oh, they have cook-offs, cornbread cook-offs. Look at all these past winners. They look so happy. so satisfied with themselves for making some delicious cornbread. They have recipes, Tara, if you want to try your own. I mean,
we need to have a cornbread cook-off. You know what's delicious? You go to like a chili fest and they got a bunch of cornbread. So good.
Yeah, we got to check this out. Maybe
cornbread. Am I right?
Maybe that's a shirt. Shelby, make room in your place because we're coming to town next April, and Tara's coming in hot.
Gird your cornbread loins. Here comes Tara.
Gird your cornbread.
My goodness.
No cornbread is safe when I'm around.
Tara is, in fact, gay for cornbread.
Gay for cornbread.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
How do you feel about cornbread, Kat? Are we as staunchly opposed on this issue as we are with candy corn?
Not at all. We are much closer allies.
It includes the same ingredient, corn.
Well, no, it doesn't. I reject that concept wholeheartedly. Not at all.
I don't see where your logic is going there. It's the same thing practically.
There's different forms, like water being ice or vapor.
I don't know. I don't know.
Just different
guys.
form of the corn.
I might want to do some research.
Yeah.
But this is one processed corn product that I can endorse. I do in fact love cornbread.
Ooh, all right.
Get some like nice thick, like sweet butter on there.
Mm-hmm.
Forget
like
it.
some honey butter. Oh yeah,
exactly. That's what
butter
I'm
me
about.
up. That's what I'm saying.
So many good taglines coming out of today. Oh my goodness. Well, I feel like that's the last time we're going to be talking about cornbread. Wendy, did we just get a timeout?
Well, before we go to the questions, can I get another drink?
Absolutely.
Timeout that's our new thing. Tea timeout.
Tea for timeout.
Calling a timeout.
I just want another drink for the questions.
We'll be right back.
It's time to get another drink.
Yeah.
Are you getting another drink too? Alrighty. I'll just sit here and think about cornbread.
I'm back.
And we're back. What's everybody drinking? Let's do that. Should we do a round of what everyone's enjoying after a long day at work?
I've got a Lagunitas IPA beer.
Very
This
good.
is Tara.
Wendy has a Moscow Mule.
Oh, very good.
What do you got?
I have it's kind of my own concoction. It is I have Tom Collins mix with vodka instead of gin and a little splash of club soda.
Oh, wow.
It's refreshing. It's very, very lemony, very refreshing. I already said it. It's refreshing. Refreshing. All right, now that we are all refreshed and refilled,
Hey, you'll probably get better answers from us.
I think you're probably right. Should we jump into some of these questions? We got some good questions, guys.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So we'll just kind of, look, everybody just kind of take a look and let's just throw out some questions.
Well,
No particular order?
Nah,
We're all looking from different sources?
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Okay.
loosey goosey.
Loosey-goosey. Oh. All right. I got one from Minnie.
All right.
Minnie.
Minnie asks, if you could marry one character from a TV show, who would it be?
That's a good question. That's tough.
From a TV show.
Wait, do you feel like you have an answer that you don't want to say? I'll go first. So first I thought, well, maybe Dana Scully. But that's like Dana's got a lot of baggage. She's got the government's after her. Life's gonna be a little tough, a little dark. So then I was like, well, maybe Willow from Buffy.
Yeah.
Because then I get to hang out. I can become one of the Scoobies.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be a member of the Scooby gang.
She's totally fun. Totally cute.
And she's great.
Yeah.
She's super cute. She's a very powerful witch. So like she can do the dishes and stuff by like snapping her finger.
You don't have to do anything.
No. I think that's my answer. I think it's Willow from Buffy.
Okay. From a TV show, that's harder for me because from a movie, I would immediately say Hermione, of course. About a TV show. I'm gonna have to think about for a little bit more. Wendy?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say my favorite character just because I'm not.
Well, listen, don't worry. They're not listening.
Also,
I know.
it's a
Believe I know.
character.
I know. I'm just saying that character's got baggage anyway,
Right.
and it's kind of psychotic, and that character's taken. So
I
maybe
think we know.
Yeah.
I
Do we
think
have to
know
pick
who he's
one
talking
that's single in
you
the show?
don't. No, you don't.
No,
I'm just
of course not.
saying.
No.
Just saying. I don't know. As far as like marrying Joe Polniacek, I don't know.
Good answer.
And I would have said Joe Polniacek.
I mean, okay. Blair,
Oh.
I think then.
Oh.
So you're more into Joe, huh?
I was a Joe girl. I love Joe. Kidding me?
Team Blair.
I was trying to think like Xena, Gabrielle, but then again, I feel like, I mean, if I had to pick one of them, I'd pick Xena, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, we know what you're saying.
I could be
Yeah.
the replacement Gabrielle.
You would be
I got
a
the
great
hair,
repla-
the
You'd be a
hair,
great
from
replacement.
Texas.
Gabrielle.
I have the outfit. You know, she'd never know. I just put on that red velvet because my body looks just like Gabrielle's when she was pregnant with Hope. But Zeno would never notice.
All right. I think we answered that question.
I'm gonna save myself for Hermione.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
So what's funny, guys, is in my office there's a printer right there, and my wife uses it to print paperwork, and she just press print. So you might hear some printing going on because I don't think she knows I'm recording right now.
Yeah,
well, that's Wednesday magic for you.
Right? It's Hump Day, guys.
Crazy, loosey goosey.
It's the name of this podcast. It's Loosey Goosey.
Well, it looks like Minnie continues and says, "What are each of your all-time top 5 TV shows in no particular order?"
Oh boy.
See, that one I'm pretty good. Obviously, POI X-Files or POI Xena X-Files. 4 and 5 is when it gets tricky.
Right, like swing. There's their swing answers.
Yeah, I mean, I've got things like I'm trying to think. God, 4 and 5. There are a lot of shows that I like. Roseanne, I could watch on a loop. Love Roseanne. I quote Roseanne a lot.
She does.
I do. Be that as it may.
Oh no, I feel like that's a whole episode. We could do a whole episode on our top. Have we done a whole?
We
episode
have,
on
I
our
think.
top.
I feel like we
I think
have.
we have.
TV shows.
We can update it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, mine hasn't changed. 5 though, I don't know. 5 would be.
We could revisit that. I feel like that's content for a whole episode, though. We can
Alright.
stretch that out.
Oh
Okay.
boy, well, could we? I got to come up with number 5 anyway. But those are my top 3 are solid. They are locked in. POI, X-Files, Xena. So
Same for me. Top 3 is Xena, X-Files, Buffy. Those have been locked and loaded since the 90s, really.
I
Tara.
put Firefly in mine.
Nice.
I mean, Xena, Buffy. I think we have some of the same,
We do.
but Firefly. Boy, I don't know. Too much to think about.
Again, we could make this a whole
Yeah,
thing.
let's do a whole
Yeah.
thing of it.
Okay, great.
Word.
Minnie, great question. We're gonna turn your question to an entire hour of content.
We can do it.
How we do.
You want to take one from the Twitter? Real quick?
Yeah, tweet it
Just a
up.
quick Twitter question that I'm going to find. So one of the questions we got from the Twitter was, what goes into planning an episode? This is from Jackie or
Oh,
Buster.
Jackie.
I'm guessing either Jackie or Buster asked it, and then Jackie typed it for Buster.
That
What
sounds
goes
like a
in-
Buster thing.
A 3-part question. What
Oh.
goes into planning an episode? How are topics decided? And when is the Emily episode?
Oh,
That's a good question.
that is a great question, Jackie. That we can't answer because we don't know because it doesn't exist yet.
Yes.
But it will.
We're
We will
working
get
on
her
it.
on the. You guys
He
really lean
did
into her.
express interest. You know what would help me if some of our listeners maybe tweet on Emily,
Ooh.
be like, "Hey, have you?" Well, she's heard of us. We met her, and she was interested. So maybe just to let her know that you want to have her on the podcast.
So this is Tara. This is great. Let's run with it. Hashtag Emily on SNOP.
Yeah.
Sounds
Guys,
good.
start tagging. Replace that. Don't hashtag Winona Earp anymore. Let's do. Let's do hashtag.
We get 2
Emily on
hashtags.
on Snop.
Emily on Snop, hashtag Winona Earp. Okay.
I love this.
Wait,
I love
is
this.
Emily even on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
just kidding.
That's a
I'll-
joke. Yeah, we all.
She owns Twitter.
I'll check.
She is a master of Twitter. She cracks me up.
Yeah.
So there you go, Jackie. Help us get her on. Let's hashtag it up. Emily on Snop.
So what goes into planning an episode? We kind of all pitch ideas, right? If we have
Yeah.
some, we're like, hey, let's talk about this.
Well,
Kat's the leader and formulates the rundown. But we're like, hey, and then like if I see headlines or things that are interesting, I'll send them to Kat. It's like, hey, look at
Yeah.
this
well, we have a thruple thread.
thruple
We
thread.
do.
A thruple like iMessage thread.
Well, we
So
used to.
Well, we
No,
still
no,
have
well, it's
iMessage.
iMessage, like our text messaging.
Okay, sorry.
So
I
we
thought-
have that.
Something.
And the reason we used to use Facebook Messenger before I was removed from Facebook and still haven't been able to get back on. Yes, if
Unjustly,
anyone
by the
can help
way.
me with that, you would be my hero. I would love you forever. If you have anybody you know at Facebook, let me know. I'm just gonna keep saying that till I'm back on Facebook.
Yes, please.
So we
Please.
have our text message. So we're just constantly, when things pop up, we'll just text each other and be like, hey, look at this. And if it's something that is, time sensitive, then we'll talk about it on that show. And if it's the upcoming show, and if it's not, then we'll kind of put it off to something we could talk about later.
Right.
So we try to put the things that, episodes that have just come out or something for the nerd news type of that segment.
Exactly. And so, like, throughout the week, as you say, Tara, we're sending each other stuff constantly. And then at the end of the week, I will go through that list, put it all on a rundown, and then we all kind of be like, okay, what can we lose? What should we move? Like, it's a collaborative process.
Yeah, but
And
Kat
it's-
does most of the work. And then
Oh, true.
we show up and the rundown is already together mostly. And then we look through it together and say, what do we have time for? And yeah, some things we'll punt to the next episode if we don't have time or we don't make it through it. Like
Yeah.
last week, Obi Wan got punted to this
Yeah.
episode because we
Yeah.
talked too much about other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Kat 100% is our leader, our producer, our esteemed friend and colleague that we love and appreciate very much. And her hard work does not go unnoticed because it's a lot of hard work.
We would not be here without her.
Oh no,
Not at all.
we wouldn't even know when or where to show up, honestly.
Nope.
It's all very nice things. Thank you, guys. Again, collaborative. Is that all of Jackie's questions?
Yes.
We hit them, right?
Yes.
How and why?
Yeah.
Why
we're
do
good.
we do this?
Cause it's fun.
It is fun. Let's see. Let me pull out something from our email sack here. Okay, Cynthia, listener Cynthia. There's 3 questions here. I think they're each very, very good. Question number 1: If you could only take one TV series to a desert island, what would it be? And again, like, we could probably debate this for an hour, but you have to answer, Wendy, in 3, 2, 1.
Person of interest.
Tara,
Firefly.
I vote X-Files because there's a million episodes. It would
That's
last
true.
a
You get a
while.
lot more out of that.
Oh,
Tara gets
yeah.
like half a season.
I would fucking hate Firefly
at least get 4.5
after
years.
about a month.
That's
You know,
true.
You can
need to
finish
think
the
long
series
term.
in a day, Tara.
Yeah.
Good point.
So
All
I
right.
will be going insane on the islands.
We'll start reenacting all the episodes. Question number 2 from Cynthia: favorite Jello flavor? Wendy.
They're all my favorites, but I'll just go with like cherry or whatever, red. But I honestly, I like
Red.
the blue
It's
one.
not even a flavor. It's just red.
I always like getting like the blue one at the cafeteria.
the
'Cause it's
flavor
blue
changes
Jell-O, it's
depending
awesome.
on the sugar ratio.
Whatever,
Sugar
they're
to
all
water
good.
ratio.
They're all good.
I'm going lime. I love lime.
Oh, okay. I love lime.
I guess I'm going lime. Otherwise, I would pass. I'm just not a big Jello person.
You don't like Jello?
No, I guess I feel okay saying I don't like Jello. I would never I can't imagine a world or a time in which I have ever willingly chosen Jello. I just, Wendy, really.
So you're at a Las Vegas style buffet. They have a whole section of desserts. You're passing up the Jello hands down.
No,
Hey,
no, no.
I'm not passing up chocolate cake for Jello, but I do like a good Jello.
I
No,
love Jello.
what I'm saying is if Jello was the last, quote, dessert on Earth, and there was a buffet of 50 flavors of Jello, I would just give up dessert at that point.
Whoa, you would
I
rather
just don't
not
like-
have.
I just can't even think of the last time I willingly had Jello.
How did we
have you
ever
had-
live
Have
together?
you unwillingly had Jello?
Did someone force you to eat
No.
Jello?
Was it
I'm trying to
Wendy?
think if, like, even when we were roommates, Wendy, like, if I ever, like,
Well, you
had
never
a-
ate
had-
from the trough.
Yeah, even I
That
mean,
was gonna be
clearly,
my next
I
question.
had access. There were troughs all the time at the house, but no, I never just wanted me some Jello. Nor, I mean, I can think of a lot of buffets where Jello was there, and it was like that, and maybe one non-chocolate thing, and I just didn't get dessert. I just not for me.
I
love
ran
Jello.
to the Jello.
There's
Anyway,
always room for it, you know.
darn right.
Yeah, because it tastes like nothing. It's air. It's
delicious.
nothing. To
Wow, I feel like
it.
this
Liquid
is your
sugar.
this is your candy corn.
Yes.
Wow, this is what it feels
I
like.
mean, it's fine. I guess maybe if I was in a hospital and
Which you are every day.
I don't know, like I was like out of it a little bit, and like that's what they brought me, and out of sheer boredom
Wow,
because there's nothing else to do when you're in the hospital.
sure.
Like maybe I would be like, let me see if I like Jello now. I don't know. Let's give it a shot.
Okay. Last question from Cynthia. Again, I didn't see that coming at all, Tara.
No.
This is
Well,
so
no,
interesting.
I'm like an
We're
onion.
learning.
You peel back the layers. You learn
just
all
like
these
an onion.
things.
This is such. We're learning about each other. And
I
love
like it. I like it.
After all these years. Last question from Cynthia. Favorite candy?
Easy. Reese's.
Same.
Kit Kat.
Well, okay.
What?
You picked the one with your name.
Oh, suspect.
Oh, please. What are you talking about? Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar right
Yeah,
now.
they're good. I like Kit Kats.
I love Kit Kats.
I'm also passionate about this cat.
Here we
This
go.
is Tara. I can say if there was a buffet and the only two desserts left on Earth were Jello and Kit
Don't
Kats,
you dare! Don't do this, Tara.
I would again give up dessert.
You are crazy. You would rather
No.
not have dessert than a Kit Kat.
I can't. I
Kit
don't.
Kats
I
are
can't
good.
think of. I think
It's-
I've had one and done Kit Kat. I probably ate one when I was 12, and I said,
Who are you?
I don't
Why-
like
what-
crispy
Oh
chocolate.
my god!
I don't.
So
Give
you
me
don't
a
like?
give me a Twix all day.
I was gonna say Twix
No,
is my.
no,
it's
don't
it's
you dare.
basically the.
Don't
Come
you
on,
dare.
same genre, same
No,
genre.
no,
There's a
no,
crisp.
No. A Kit Kat is not like Twix. No, I draw the line in the sand.
Twix
No.
is like my second favorite, but you're telling me that the space between a Twix and a Kit Kat, it's divide. There's no
There's a
correlation.
fucking valley between
It's like a
them.
Grand Canyon between these
Yes,
two candies.
yes.
You would rather not have a dessert if you had to have a Kit Kat.
Yes.
I don't understand you,
I don't either.
Wendy.
I don't
please,
know
help,
her.
Help me.
I don't understand it either.
Well,
No.
that's just how it is.
But Twix there's crispiness to the Twix.
No, it's not the
There's
same.
a cookie. There's a cookie
no,
in there.
No. Mm-mm. You're not gonna sell me on this one.
Wow, I thought I knew you, Tara.
No. Do you know?
Shall we go to another question?
Yeah, we
'Cause
probably should.
This might
This is
light
too
up some
controversial.
conversation too. Well, here we go. Sandy A #5 for Winona asked a cornucopia of questions, starting with biggest pet peeve.
People who don't like Kit Kat.
People who don't like candy corn.
People who don't like Jello.
Pet peeve.
You know what? I think it's.
Oh. You're gonna have to edit the thinking time
Trying to
out, Kat.
think. I don't know, just mean people in a way that, like, I mean, there's a lot of pet peeves, like don't talk in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't.
I feel like I
take
do
your
way
cart back to the store. Don't leave it
Oh,
in the
that's a good one.
parking lot. That
That's
kind
a
of
good
things.
one.
But like, just I found that I don't like people that are mean to other people. It's annoying.
Yeah,
good
I
one.
feel like I complain way too much to not have more pet peeves just right on the tip of my tongue.
Right.
Because I can find some all day, every day.
Yeah.
I can tell you a pet peeve with roommates and is when I have to actively be like, hey, you want to clean around here? You know? You know? I mean, I got a house and, you know, I'm not really that neat, you know? I mean, I'm not super clean. I don't have very high standards in that department, but if you just never offer or you never do anything
Yeah.
to a point where I have to say it, then I'm already annoyed by that
Well,
point.
to that point, Tara, here's the thing. Let's say you finish a dish,
Mm-hmm.
put it in the dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you putting it in the sink?
Mm-hmm.
Just go ahead. It takes 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the dishwasher.
I can
Easy.
tell. Yeah, that's valid. I can tell you what someone has expressed to me that is their pet peeve about me,
Oh.
Okay. Perfect.
and that is that I leave the cupboard doors open after I get something out of the cupboard.
Why do
I
you do
just
that?
don't. I don't know.
Why don't you close them?
You just forget.
I just go about my business. Well, that was
Okay.
the question posed to be like, why don't you just fucking close it? Just
Well,
close it.
They had a point. I lived with someone who would never just push the drawers in all the way. I'm like, you're already pushing them. It's just literally like 3 extra inches. Just go complete your task.
Go that extra mile.
And there's drawers half out of all the kitchen. Just push them all the way.
That was not me, by the way.
No, it was not. It was
Are you
not.
sure? Kind of
Yeah,
sounds like
that was not terrible.
I'm more of a cupboard gal.
I see.
Mm.
I mean, then you know what you can do, and it's kind of the style now. You just take those doors right off,
True.
you know, and then it's like, oh, it's part of like the decor.
Mm-hmm.
No, just an idea.
You have a pet peeve, Kat?
The dishes thing is a big one for me. Just why are
that's
you
right.
leaving it there? Does that
Put
mean
it in.
I have to do it? Like, why are you making work for me?
Saving
Yeah.
it for later.
Yeah.
Letting it marinate a little bit.
No. Yeah. The cart thing is a good one, Wendy. That's a
Yeah.
good one. Just take the cart back.
Just
Because
do,
then it
do
ends
a
up
little
in spots,
something.
and you
Right.
can't park in a spot because there's fucking carts in the
Yeah.
spot.
Just do a little something that benefits everyone. Instead of just like, leaving it.
Exactly.
Don't be lazy.
That's it.
Think of others. Who's the extrovert of the 3 of us? Not me. I say Tara.
Oh no.
Her face froze.
I feel like we're all
Not me. It depends. Like
I think it depends on
Kat,
the
It
you
situation.
depends on the
I
situation.
had
yeah.
this discussion at the EDE when we were doing our panel. We're like, in a certain situations, like, yeah, no, I'm not the talkative one. But you put
Right.
us on a panel on a stage, I'm fine.
Right.
But yeah,
Mhm.
I go to a dinner party, I'm not talking unless I know everybody really well. I'm just not.
It is harder for me one-on-one. This is Tara.
I'm fine
or like
one-on-one.
small groups. Small groups.
A group, no way.
You know what? No, I take that back. One-on-one is harder for me. A small group, I'm okay.
Really?
Yeah. So like I think we're all like you said, extroverted in different ways. Like I'm fine. I mean, I don't know. I can say I'm fine reading dirty fanfic in front of a room of people. I'm extroverted in that way. Or
For
going up.
example.
I think I'm okay. Like it's easier for me. Yeah, when it's a bigger group.
See, in a group, I'm like, I never know when it's my turn. If it's
I feel-
one-on-one, if the other person stops, it's probably my turn.
Yeah.
So I'm fine.
Right.
But I feel like I really overthink it when it's one-on-one, or if I'm asked to reach out to a specific person.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I don't. It's harder for me to think. I overthink it. For sure.
I feel that. Yeah, like, I have no problem going on stage and talking to hundreds of people. But if I have to go and like talk to like a manager in a store or like go and like deal with a problem, I'm like,
Yeah,
do
because
I
that's
have to do
confrontation. I
that?
think that's
I
a
don't
whole
wanna do
different
that.
thing. That's not being an introvert. That's not wanting confrontation because I don't want to do that either. Tara will up and do that.
She loves
Tara.
confrontation.
Tara, send Tara. She will take them out. Tara will
Now.
Take 'em
Don't
out.
make me sound like a fucking Karen, okay?
I'm just saying
Look.
things. I'm like, no, it's fine. I'm fine. Like if I get a meal and I'm like, oh, I really didn't order these fries. I ordered the other ones, but these are fine. Whatever. Tara's
Exactly.
like, no, you send those back right now.
No. I'm not like that. I'm like, just say you could still be nice and say something. Just be like, oh, so sorry, but if the whole meal is wrong and their whole,
Well,
you
yeah,
got
the meal's
really
wrong,
ripped
sure.
off
But I'm
and
just saying,
freaking,
Tara will confront. I will not.
I don't know if I like that word confront.
No,
I don't know if
that's what she said. Tara confronts people.
I just, bring awareness to people that I feel are completely wrong and stupid. But
Okay. That's how you want to put it.
That's better than being confrontational.
Here's a follow-up. Who is most likely to get the other two in trouble? I don't know if any of us are real troublemakers.
I don't know.
Define trouble.
Good trouble.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
I feel like
I'm
we're
not.
all pretty. I don't know.
I think we're kind of all rule followers, really.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
to a point. I don't think we'd ever do anything that would be hurtful to someone else or be. I can't see any of us really. I mean, I'm thinking maybe, hey, let's go put a hat on top of that statue over there. That's probably, something like just doing, that's not gonna.
Harmless stuff.
Put a
Like,
hat on
I don't know. I just got back from Scotland and there's like a place where they keep putting a cone on the statue's head and the
Right,
police
I
keep
saw
taking
that.
it down. Like somebody keeps putting a cone on it.
Sometimes they color.
Well,
it
that's funny.
depending on
Like
the
to me,
holiday.
like okay, you put a hat or cone on a statue. It's not like
Yeah.
you're spray painting the statue.
Like
It's
fun
not
trouble. Like
Yeah.
right.
Right.
You're not defacing anything.
No.
You're not hurting someone. So
Well,
I
my-
don't know. I can't. Yeah.
My follow-up question is: have we been drinking?
Ooh, right. Yeah.
Because that changes
Anybody
things. That could be
could
any
be
of
the
us.
culprit. And we're probably more than likely to follow whoever starts it. Which again leads to the next question. Why do you think you're all I tell you, Sandy A brought it. Why do you think you're all such good friends aside from having the same taste on nerdy things? I have no idea.
What?
I mean, because
Wow.
like why? Well, like what? No, I'm just saying like
Wendy is.
we know a
telling
lot
truths.
of people who are nerds. What is it about us that made us friends? Like Tara, I've known you for a billion years, and now I've known Kat. I've known.
Well, I don't
Kat
know.
sorta for a
Why
while.
do you like me beyond just being a nerd?
Man, I don't know.
Wow.
You diss my Jello.
Wow. Well,
I feel like
I can answer that. No, let me.
okay.
I enjoy being friends with the both of you, at least especially you now, Kat, because I'm not sure about Wendy so much anymore.
Oh,
Because
boy.
you're both kind-hearted people.
I think
You're
that's
both
what it is.
Oh, do you now? Oh, now you think that, Wendy? Now that I said it? Get out of here. We're both kind-hearted. She's so thoughtful. Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
That's
Get
my
outta here.
answer too.
No, you don't get to ditto
Okay.
this one. I feel like, we have good intentions. We're genuine,
Yes.
very caring. You guys are really you're very giving. You're very generous. You're very thoughtful. I think very thoughtful. And, we just have I feel like we can, make fun of each other in a fun way and know that we would trust that we would never make it spiteful or mean or anything like that. And,
Totally.
that I just think you guys are really great people.
That's
And
very nice.
I am
That's so sweet.
very
Tara. Thank you.
thankful beyond the podcast. I just think how grateful I am to have these two people. Some people don't even have one person that can say that, you
Aw.
know, two people that I get to hang out with. And it's just really, really nice. And you guys are nice to everyone. And it doesn't, you know, I just think it's very genuine. That's all.
That's very sweet, Tara.
I don't know how to follow.
And I'm not stealing your answer when I say, yeah, I think we just have good chemistry together, and we always just laugh whenever we're together. We'd laugh, and that I love that. I love that we always have a good time no matter what we're doing, where we are, and yeah, I'm not friends with unkind people. You're both smart and funny. You're both very attractive. And you both make me laugh, and that's what I look for in friends, and that's what you guys are.
Wow, we're getting
Thank
all
you.
mushy. Look at us.
Wendy, your turn.
Wendy, go ahead.
You all said all the things I think. You know what I like to say that,
Did we?
like, I mean, yeah, but it's interesting though, because you know you meet a lot of people, they're in fandom that you share that same fandom and the nerdiness, but it's like what, you know, then why the three of us friends? You know, why, you know, is it proximity and then we like each other and we all find commonalities outside of just being nerds? You know, it's but I will say, like we've always said with this podcast, what you hear, how we talk to each other on this podcast is how we talk to each other all the time. It's just, this is sort of the rapport we have, even if we have no microphones. You know, we just like talking about nerdy things and making fun of each other from time to time in a good natured way, like Tara said. And just like, yeah, I feel like, you know, Kat and Tara are good people that I trust. And there's a lot of trust. Like I trust them as people, as good people that, you know, are
like we
friends
laugh a
and
lot, we have a
kind
lot of
and-
fun, but I also
Yeah.
feel like there was like a hard truth that
Yeah.
you know, you felt like you guys needed to say that you would, and could trust that it would be well received, you know, like received in a respectful
Yeah.
way. You know?
Totally.
Um
You're right.
Yeah.
Trust is a big part of it.
one more question.
we all love animals. I think that's big.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
We're
And
animal
we all love Kit-Kats. Moving on.
Moving on. One more question. One more question from Sandy A to you, Tara. Can I invite Tara to have some beers? Hashtag A for Tara.
Oh yeah.
I think she
I
was good.
accept.
Yeah. Okay. You heard it, Sandy. I have a question here from Liz in LA.
Yeah, Liz.
And I feel like we can save some of these for next time too.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because we got Obi Wan, and I have some thoughts on Obi Wan.
Okay, should we save some of these questions?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
let's do
because I don't want to
more.
like feel like we need to
Okay.
rush through any of
One more?
them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one more
Right.
from Liz. This is Liz from LA. In November 2021's iconic episode, Ziplining for Freedom, while taking us through her responses for the fanfic tropes quiz, Tara makes a quiet yet momentous aside that demands details. Namely, quote, I like a good tattoo. I haven't had one in a while, unquote. Tell us everything. How many? What are they? Where, if you're comfortable doing so? Meanings behind them for you. Also for Kat and Wendy, do you have any tattoos? How many? Where? What? Where? Meanings? Tattoo it up. Ladies, again, if you're comfortable sharing. Thanks, Liz. Tara?
I do. Very, very astute listener, Liz in
Yes.
LA.
Very.
Yeah, I do have some. I have a Celtic band on my ankle, and then I have some Chinese symbols kind of going up the lower back. I think you might call it a tramp stamp.
Oh, no. I would never call
They
it
call
that.
it these days, but I like
We will now.
cooler than that.
Why would you say that?
Because everybody's thinking it.
I wasn't. Please.
So, ack. I got it when I was 18.
Ah,
I don't
makes
regret
sense.
it. I don't regret it. It's fine.
You
I
regret
like
any of them?
No, I don't regret
Okay.
any of them. No.
that's good.
I mean, I might change some of them or cover but I don't regret them. No.
Is it just the two then? Do you have more?
No, I have more. I'm just beginning here.
Oh, sorry.
On my
so
shoulder
sorry.
blade, I have some angel wings. They're small. They're not like covering my whole back or anything. They're just the small angel wings for a friend of mine that passed away when I was younger. I also got that when I was 18. And then I have, if I were in a bikini of some kind, you could see it. But otherwise, I have like a sunset type of thing going on down there.
Can you be more specific? Where
Down
exactly is there?
My, like
Around your bikini line.
yeah, like if I were wearing a bikini bottom, it would be just visible above that.
It's like the sun is setting in
Right
your
into
bikini
there.
line.
Yeah.
In your
Got
pants.
Yeah. And then
it. Oh boy.
I have just my Pisces sign on the back of my neck.
Right.
That was it. That's all I think. Yeah.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have an idea for a new tattoo?
Yes, I wanted to get one on my side.
Nice.
And maybe cover the one on, do something different with the ones on my back, like maybe, I don't know, connect it some way. But I haven't
That's cool.
figured that out yet.
Okay.
But
That's
I don't
awesome.
regret. I'm not like hating every day that I see it or anything. I'm just like, yeah, they're cute. Yeah.
That's great. Good. Wendy, can we go through all of your tattoos?
Yeah. Well, I do have one. It has the ichthus, I guess how you say it, or the Jesus fish, as most people call it, on my foot. And I got that. I don't know. It was kind of one of those wild hair things. Yeah, because the wild hair girl goes out and gets a Jesus fish on her foot. That's what all crazy girls do.
You're crazy.
Well, I was trying to
Wendy.
think of something that would, I felt would be like in my life for my whole life. And I was like, I could get a tattoo for a TV show or for a thing. Like if I got another tattoo anywhere, it'd be like a cat, maybe.
Oh,
Put
that'd
a
be
cat.
so cute.
But I was like,
That'd be
I
cute.
know,
I could see you get that. Yeah.
Christianity
It's on
or
brand.
religion will be in my life forever in some capacity. So I got that. But yeah, I don't know what another one I would get that I would think that like probably a little cat or something.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
Somewhere small.
That'd be cute.
Cat?
I do have a tattoo.
Really?
Not a lot of people have seen it
Uh-huh.
I'm sure.
because much like Tara's, it is in a private area.
Oh.
If I did wear a bikini, you would see it.
Okay.
Turns out, guys, I don't wear bikinis. I am a fan of a band called Sleater Kinney.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's a kind of an obscure 90s rock and roll band, and they broke up in 2000 and I want to say 2005, 2006, and to kind of honor, I started listening to them before I came out as gay, and so they their music kind of helped me to do that. And I didn't really, where I grew up, Thousand Oaks, T.O. Strong, didn't really have a gay community, so that they were kind of my community, and so their music was the soundtrack of my 20s, basically. And so when I found out they were breaking up, I was like, shit, I'm gonna get a tattoo to kind of commemorate my journey with them. And my friend who was living in San Diego at the time, she had a set list of the drummer used to handwrite all the set lists, and so I said I wanted to get the name of one of my favorite songs, the song title tattooed. It's words and guitar. My friend Maria drove up from San Diego. This is all over I decided to do it, and I called her, and she drove up that night into Hollywood. And so, because she had that set list, so she brought the set list with her to the tattoo parlor. The tattoo artist used her set list, and so in the drummer's handwriting, I have words and guitar written on my flesh forever.
Nice. Nice.
But guys, don't tell my parents because they don't know.
Oh.
My dad would be
Right.
so upset if he knew I had a tattoo. I'm almost 45, guys, and I'm afraid to tell my parents.
Hey, understandable. I remember after I got mine, my friend Shelly, I went to visit her, and she said something about my tattoo, and her was like, "See, Mom, even Wendy's got a tattoo. They're no big deal now. Like, everybody gets them."
They aren't as big of a deal.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I work at a hospital, and I have to say
What?
this. It has to be said. It used to be, even when I first started working at hospitals, 10, 12 years ago, It used to be like you have to cover up your tattoos.
Right.
You know, you got to wear some kind of sleeve over it. Like you cannot, just really looked at as like that person if you had a tattoo, right? Especially a visible one or on your arms.
God
But
forbid.
now they've really started to realize like that's dumb, and that actually a lot of people have tattoos, or at least they can appreciate them, or the meaning behind them. So they are starting to encourage people like, okay, don't cover it up. Like as long as it's not anything overtly like offensive or hurtful,
Yeah.
like if it, then just have your tattoos. And because what they're finding is it actually drives connection between people. Because if you see it and you ask, what's your tattoo mean? Or I love your tattoo, because it's actually, helping form those connections versus hurting or making, any kind of judgment. So yeah, a lot of now workplaces in general, I think are a lot more accepting of that.
I was watching Old Law and Order the other day, and one of the detectives saw a guy on the street, and he's like, basically, I can tell by the fact that you've got that tattoo, you've been in prison.
Whoa.
Because he was like, he had a tattoo on his arm, like, you wouldn't have that unless you'd done some time.
It's like Mickey Mouse or something.
Who knows what it was? But I'm like, boy, that was a day. Like, that guy has a tattoo. He's obviously up to no good.
He must be a
He
scumbag.
must have been in prison.
Yeah. Now, Liz, do you have any tattoos?
Oh.
And
There
or
you
any
go.
other listeners out there, if you would
Yeah.
like to tell us about your tattoos, we've now told you all about ours.
That's right. Your turn.
Yeah. Show me yours.
And will you show them yours, Tara? We got some great questions, and we're gonna save these. 'Cause
I
think
know, they're
we can get
fun.
some more fun out of this. So thank you everybody for responding. If we didn't read your question, don't worry, we will, because we do not turn down any content. We've never met content we haven't liked. So thanks again, and yeah, to be continued. We'll do this again very soon. Well, guys,
Are we finally to Obi-Wan?
I think we have to. Yeah,
Woo.
let's Obi Wan Kenobi it up.
Holy shit, it's 6. We talk for a long time, y'all.
Well, we didn't start on time.
I know. And we had a beer
we-
break. We did have a drink break.
That's true.
Okay. All
And
right.
there was at least a 5-minute rant about Kit-Kats that
All
Tara
right. Well, that was
made us
fully
sit
justified.
through. So Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know if you remember, it came out a couple of months ago. And it wrapped up when we were on our away from the SNOP. We were having a little SNOPcation. We're finally going to talk about it. Now, we're not going to go episode to episode because that's
No.
just impossible.
No.
But we can talk about the show as a whole. We can certainly talk about the finale. But yeah, what do you guys want to do? How should we talk about
Well,
this?
before Tara gets going, let me just say, the season, I feel like the series itself, I mean, I was very much anticipating this because I think Ewan as Obi-Wan is just perfect. And I love him. And I met him at Star Wars Celebration. He was adorable.
We're best friends.
But I admit the series overall I thought was a little up and down. Thought it had some interesting choices of how they went. Part of the conversation is just recently someone had edited the 6 hours of content into a 2.5 hour movie, taking out what he thought was bad dialogue and a lot of fluff. And I admit, I felt like it did move better. There's some storyline. I feel like a lot of the controversy of the series, a lot of the problems were with Leia, the little girl, and not necessarily her as Leia, but some of the dialogue they gave her. And everyone's like, well, look at Leia. She was a sassy, she could throw out a line and put people in their place or whatever. I thought they went a little far sometimes with some of her dialogue, making her extra smart and aware. Like when she was talking to that other little kid about, you're just doing that because you're scared and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, she's 10 or whatever. I mean, and I think he cuts out a lot of that. And I kind of think what he did with his edit made it better. It didn't cut out Reva. And he even says, look, I'm not against Reva. I think she was great. And I think the actress did really well with what they gave her, but it cut out a lot of her stuff at the beginning and sort of let her build instead of starting off with this character that no one even knew about. And I mean, and then he cuts out the whole thing during the finale where she's chasing Luke, which seemed weird, where everybody gets stabbed
Oh,
in the gut with
interesting.
lightsabers and comes back, and but
Okay.
it worked. And part of me, I don't know how much the edit of the down to 2.5 hours works for me because I already know everything else. Like if you're watching this cold, or do you have questions? But when I've already seen the whole 6 hours, I'm like, oh, it makes sense to me. But then again, I know all the stuff he cut out. But I thought there was a little like times where I felt it did have some weird pacing. I felt Leia was good and the little girl was great, but like sometimes they made her a little bit too whatever.
Yeah.
And
Sassy.
I liked Reva, but again, I liked how this guy kind of like let her part build instead of. I remember at the beginning, people were like, "Well, I wish this show was actually about Obi Wan." I'm like, "Come on, it is, whatever." And I think they were trying to say it was like, "Oh, they're more about Reva than Obi Wan." I'm like, no, they weren't, but whatever. But I kind of like the way he handled that character better. Of course, all he did was re-edit everyone else's work, so it's not like he should get credit for anything but that. But
Right.
I mean, I liked it overall. I liked the finale. Tara and I both had issues with some of the things in the finale, especially the way they had a big epic fight, Obi-Wan and.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
Well, what's interesting?
Are we going there now?
Well,
I don't know.
What were your overall thoughts, Kat, with all of it?
I liked it overall. I really liked the series.
Yeah.
I can watch Ewan McGregor do anything.
Yeah.
But no, I liked it. I liked the slow burn at the beginning. I thought, yeah, I didn't see this re-edit, Wendy, of yours.
Yeah. By the way, it's taken down. I'd tell you where to go to
know,
watch it,
so
but it's
bummed.
already gone.
But I could see how the pacing was, could have been sped up a bit, especially in the beginning.
And you of all people, though, know, like, it could be they shot things, and some of the things they would normally cut, whoever was making the call was like, no, we need these episodes to be a certain length. So,
and they
stretch this out
weren't
a bit.
even, it wasn't even 6 hours. It did feel padded because they were barely 30 to 40 minutes long. And it felt
Right.
like they really just, the editing, they just really let it go because they were trying to make it even longer than it was. It probably could have been, 28 minutes, which is saying something,
They definitely could. I mean, I think they could have. It's Disney's network, so they can make up their own time. Their total running times. Like that's. It's an interesting question.
But yeah,
Or maybe that's the way they wanted it. And I mean, but which was fine. Like I liked different parts, and I liked Leia. And,
I loved Leia. I love seeing.
Yeah, she was great.
How many times do I have to say this? Leia is hardly in the original trilogy, really. When you look at it, she has some things to do in Empire. They give her a little more to do in Jedi, but she's almost like a supporting character in A New Hope. Princess Leia is probably my favorite movie character of all time. Ooh. And to kind of get to see her as a kid, I buy it. I buy that this little girl grows up to be Princess Leia.
Oh, I did too. They did great with the casting. I believed her as Leia the whole time. It helped that they gave her similar outfits and hair too.
Oh, so cute, little green poncho, and I loved the Leia stuff at the end. We can get into that soon, but overall, I really liked it, and I hope we get a season 2. And I loved Reva. Reva's a great villain / tragic hero. It was, I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. And again, it's hard for me to not like Star Wars. Like,
right.
I'm not it's hard for me to be objective in Star Wars because I just love all of it. But I did like it. I thought some of the, like Aunt Beru, I thought she was a total badass.
Yeah, that's one of the things in the movie edit that was cut. That I'm like, well, we didn't get to see Aunt Beru being so badass.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
I love
she
that. They gave her some cool stuff to do. Overall, yes, like the series. Should we get into the finale? Is that we're going to kind of tear that apart?
Well, I
Sarah
think
will.
I have thoughts on, yes, the finale, but overall the series.
Okay.
Let me just start out by saying,
please,
I respect Star Wars and I love Star Wars, respect the series. I liked parts of the series. But overall,
oh no,
I thought, what was the point? What it felt like to me was a very contrived story.
It's a big word.
That didn't need to be told and only further confused the original series later down the road and made things just completely unbelievable to me. Because I also thought Leia, I could see her being Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Definitely. Liked her sass, her attitude, her strength, which, leads to a lot of further questions like, how the hell is this smart little girl not going to fucking remember that Obi Wan Kenobi, who now in A New Hope, where she's messaging this sending a message to him like she's never met him, has no fucking clue, never met him before. How? This little girl, so smart. I believed it so much. This little girl would be fucking journaling about this experience and about Obi Wan Kenobi, because he sure used his name at every turn. He didn't even try to disguise himself, even though he was trying to lay low the whole time to protect Luke. He was just all over the place. No even attempt to really stay incognito. I mean, yes, he put his hood up a few times. He did do that. But there were just so many steps along the way. I feel like
you think that when she sends that hologram requesting his help, that she doesn't know who he is?
Yes, and I have read.
Disagree.
Maybe she's trying to change it up so that General Kenobi, you've served with my father, right? So I read behind the scenes about how sort of that conversation at the end where Obi-Wan, for some reason, feels like he needs to fly again across the galaxy to just go say goodbye to Leia and give her a goodbye speech. For some reason, even though he's trying to lay low to protect Luke, but he can still just fly around and do whatever. Even though he has really no reason to if he's really trying to stay out of the limelight. Saying that, to try to lay low, tells her to, we kind of, basically this never happened, so maybe in the future she's trying to pretend like they don't know each other. But I'm sorry, they eventually, I don't buy it at all.
Okay.
Well, you're wrong. For one, yeah, he does have. I mean, why is it not laying low to fly somewhere? People fly.
He's hanging out in the middle. I'm sorry. It's so many things leading up to that point. So many things. He's back. He's forth. Clearly, everyone at this point freaking knows he's on Tatooine. I have so many. There's just so many things I can't even. First of all, how is this grown-ass man not able to keep a better freaking hold on this little girl when they're traversing around the planet when he first rescues her? He saves her from the thing. He's telling she doesn't believe him. She's trying to get away from him, right? That's fair. But you are a grown-ass fucking Jedi. You can't hold a little girl's hand and keep her from running away from you about 20 different times. It was so frustrating. One of the most frustrating things for me is when there are needless chase scenes or this person gets away, this person, and I know Star Wars is notorious for that, especially with the accuracy of the shooting with the stormtroopers, right? Which is a whole other thing I have, especially in the finale. But these she must have gotten away from him at least 10 times.
I don't think that's true at all.
Leia, where have you gone? No, come on, Leia. Come on. Oh, come on. Come with me. Oh, you have to believe me, Leia. You're a fucking grown-ass man. You are trying to rescue this girl and save the fucking galaxy. You're going to let her walk all over you like that? Yeah, she's sassy, but you're a grown-ass man. Do some Jedi shit. Knock her out for her own safety. Hold her hand tightly so she can't get away. He
should have just drugged her.
You know what? If she outsmarts him once, that's fun. Okay, that's fun to watch. Twice, okay, you're kind of dumb, but fine. I give you that. 3, 4 times to run away it just was frustrating me beyond belief. I don't know. That bugged me. And then again, I just think that Obi-Wan is just kind of a whiny little pushover to me a lot of the times. I don't know. I really have some strong feelings about this. I was just
really do.
Oh my God, if you don't want to go, Obi-Wan, then don't go. But you're going, so just fucking man up and be a fucking Jedi and save this person.
Man up.
Next, how many times can the stormtroopers miss? Where do they
That's
get their
their
training?
thing.
I
That's
know
their
that's their thing.
thing.
I know that's their thing, but it just felt again very contrived, especially in the finale when there are literally 200 stormtroopers firing upon a group of 10 people, and not one of them hits a fucking person. They are literally
No,
5
some people
feet
got
away.
hit.
No. They're like 5 feet away from them. They
people
aren't
got
even
shot.
across a vast field. They're like in the same space. They're not even armed. Half of these people. They can't even fucking hit them.
They have like wrenches and stuff.
They're just like, I'm gonna push this gallon drum here, and it'll save me from 150 stormtroopers. Oh my god!
All right, that was. I'll give you that. That was a little unbelievable.
Because they could have done it. Their choices. Okay, fine. I'm fine if again Leia gets away from him a few times. Fine.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
fine. The stormtroopers missed. That's their thing.
Yeah.
But to make it so unbelievable, where there just could have been other choices that would have improved it. Same during the Obi Wan fight with, spoiler alert, Darth Vader.
Yes. Spoiler.
When
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Which one?
First of all, they let Reva live. They walk away from Reva and they have some line. I'm sorry. I'm jumping all over the place.
That's okay.
But again, a different choice. You know, Reva has been stabbed through the gut by Darth Vader, which has killed others. You know, somehow she's still alive. Okay,
Very
she's
strong.
laying there, and then like,
strong.
you know, the Grand Inquisitor comes in. There's like 3 of them there, and they all just decide, "Whoa, we're gonna leave you in the dirt, in the gutter, like where we found you." Why don't you just fucking kill her? Why don't you just do it? Take your mind off the repercussions. It just seemed like a really contrived, easy choice. And I understand why they did it. It had to drive the story forward, right? But why not a different choice? Why not something had to come up where Darth Vader had to leave, or he legitimately thought she was dead, but she wasn't? But instead, they all have to hover over her and have this long speech about why they're going to leave her there like that, right? Why not just, we think she's dead, and then we see a hand twitch or something? At least, I don't know. Maybe I would just make a really good villain, because I would just make sure that the job is done. Then we've got
Couple
Obi-Wan
headshots.
versus Vader. A whole thing to get to the end where Obi-Wan just decides, after all of this, oh, you know what? I'm just going to let him be.
He's compassionate.
The fuck? No. He's fucking stupid.
He's a Jedi.
Okay, I will. Okay, Kat, I will kind of side
He
with you.
knows.
I just wish
He knows what he is at that point.
Yeah. Well, I
He
wish.
could have saved billions of lives. I think Obi-Wan's a villain,
Yeah.
because
Well-
he knew what he was, what Vader
Right.
is, and what
Right.
he's capable of. It had been proven time and time and time again. And I don't know. Again, it was the choice. Fine if Vader obviously has to live, because the
Right.
story continues, right?
Right.
Why not the choice of, you know, the Emperor comes down, starts shooting down, you know, something splits them up and basically forces them to not be able to finish their fight,
Right. It's not a
and
choice.
leaves
He
them-
has to go.
leaves them
Yeah.
apart.
I see.
And then because you have the whole thing with the Emperor later saying, you know, are you sure? Basically, are you leaving this obsession with Obi-Wan behind because you need to focus, right? So would it made sense for the Emperor to be like, I'm busting this shit up, right? So that Obi-Wan couldn't have had the opportunity to do that.
Right. To kill him. I see. That's valid.
But billions of lives and planets that could have been saved by his, just again, that I don't know what's bugging me more, the choice that the show made to do it that
Right.
way, or the fact that, I'm sorry, you're a Jedi, whatever, but come on, he's a monster, you know? So I don't know. That's
So
my
you
thoughts.
Liked the show.
What I did like about the show was the cute hand-holding scene with
Aw,
Leia on the ship.
Adorable.
That was cute. And I liked, was it Talia? The undercover person. She
Sounds
was like
right.
undercover officer. Yeah.
Yeah, she was
I
cool.
liked her. She was cool. And I did like that kind of a twist was that Vader knew that Reva, that she was the youngling all along, that he was kind of playing her, and she was never really going to get the one up on him because, you know, he knew. So I did like that aspect to it. But everything else, you know my thoughts.
Everything else was terrible.
I'm sorry. It just was very frustrating to me. I felt like the story was not strong enough.
It was all convenient.
Yes, it was exactly. It was convenient. It was not strong enough. It felt like it was contrived to fit in that space. That's what it felt to me.
Well, I'm looking back at my notes from the finale, and I did write, why didn't he kill him? So I guess I agree with you on your point there.
Yeah, obviously he couldn't, but I agree with Tara that I wish there'd been something that like ended their fight. You know, he's not even given the opportunity to again walk away.
Right.
When he walked away the first time, left him for dead, and he wasn't dead. And then, you know, I would just wish he hadn't done that again. I wish they'd come up with something else.
It's a good point. It's a very good point.
Yeah. And even the last time he walked away, or the first time I should say, he was like legless, like a torso floating in a lava pit. Like he had no
crispy. He was very crispy.
He had no inclination to know what was to come. Right.
He thought he assumed he was leaving him to die.
Right. Which I think anybody would.
That's fair.
And then even if he lives, like what do you think he's going to do? Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this time was completely different. Yeah, you've left him with a little head wound, but come on.
I did like the as part of that fight, I liked the Vader's helmet being all kind of fucked up so you could see part of Anakin's face.
That was great.
I did love
cool.
that. I did love that.
And I will say, I'm a big softie. I cry over commercials. I got choked up when Obi-Wan sees Anakin's eyes and he apologizes to Anakin. I did get choked up with that. But again, I'm just not very objective when it comes to Star Wars. I didn't notice. I wasn't bothered by any of that stuff, Tara. Although I did wonder what the reason, like you're right, that he should have been forced to leave, or maybe Vader is like in a cave-in, or he can't get to him for, like, I agree. That's it. We know he's not going to die, but making him just walk away you're right, doesn't make sense.
Again, after he already walked away from when you would really, you could really justify, like, you think that guy's a goner. But now you have seen what he's come back to be.
Yeah.
So how are you with any conscience walking away again? Because you know he's on the hunt to kill just everybody.
Yeah. No, you're right. That is a big flaw. But I did love little Leia and Obi-Wan at the end. Cried like a baby.
Same here. Even in the film version I watched, I finished today, and when he's telling her all that stuff, I was, I love that. I love that.
Cute. So sweet, so cute. And I love that Leia keeps the holster. Got nothing to put in it yet, but she will.
I like her mom. 10. I'm not giving you a blaster.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did love her mom when she walked in. She's like, "Is that a holster?" I love it. That was really. Cute.
Her parents are great. Yeah, I loved all the Leia stuff. She was very precocious, annoying at times, but I loved her. And you're right. Maybe I should watch it again and I'll notice all these flaws.
I mean, and it's not like I overtly really hated any of the characters. I just thought it was more the choices that they were given to make. Right. You know, I think
that's fair. All these are
precocious Leia, sassy Leia. I love it. But she shouldn't be able to escape from him that many times when he just has a mission. He knows he's got to get her out of there for her own good.
Yeah. He should have drugged her, knocked her out.
Just with a Jedi mind trick, just like or how about a Jedi? You need to go to sleep now.
Put her in like a sack or something.
Right, put her in a potato sack. I'd like to see her get out of that. Goodbye. But seriously, put her in a sack because you're trying to save her life. You can explain shit to her later. Leia, where did you go? Oh no, she's gotten away from me again. I thought she was walking right next to me. Oh no, I didn't hold her hand again. She's gone away again. Leia, come with me, Leia. I was like, oh, come on, Obi-Wan. Get it together. Leia, you have to listen to me, Leia.
He's a little rusty,
Come
okay?
on. No, you have to. Just grab her fucking hand. Let's go. We gotta go, Leia.
She is much smaller than he is. He could have just picked her up.
He could have.
Wendy, final thoughts.
Oh, well, I was gonna just real quickly say, like, I thought when she was running away from Flea and the henchman, that was almost.
Flea.
I felt like it was almost comical, like them these
Yes.
men chasing her through the forest, and I can't remember. I haven't seen that scene again, but like almost like they run into a tree branch and they can't get her. I don't even remember, but that felt like, come on.
Well,
like they're just
it was
like
a little
doing these
goofy,
comical long reaches where they could
Right.
have clearly gotten her, but she somehow escaped their grasp again. Yeah, it was.
Well,
Just, those
let's-
chase scenes were just a little much for me.
Let's remember this is the same canon where little fuzzy teddy bears
That's
take
a good
down the
point.
Empire, so there's always room for
Yeah,
silliness
yeah,
and
I
goofiness.
know.
which is fine.
I know.
Overall, yeah, I liked it. I think that the way it ended helped a lot. I loved the Vader Kenobi. I mean, because originally they had debated even using Vader, and they were going to go with
Oh.
Darth Maul, who again,
Mm.
two people in this series survived being stabbed in the gut by lightsaber. He was completely split in half,
That's
but
true.
he could. I mean, he's already been back, so they've already
Yeah.
brought him back. I did think, like, do we need two people stabbed in the gut that live? Probably. I mean,
It just
I saw people
proves that it
posting,
can
like,
happen.
Qui-Gon's really pissed now because he just thought he was dead when he got stabbed in the gut and he died. But if he only knew that he
Yeah,
could.
hey, what about me?
I love that you did spoiler. See Qui-Gon.
That was great. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Is a lot of the total fan service thing I'm here for. I loved it. I love it. I mean, I did. It's as a series overall. I wasn't perfect, but like you said, I love Obi-Wan and Ewan, and I love seeing little Leia. I thought it was interesting that it focused more on little Leia.
Yeah, I didn't see that
totally.
coming.
Agreed.
That it would be
I was
Leia
like,
Which I
maybe
liked.
we'll
I liked
get-
it,
Maybe
yeah.
we'll get Leia, but
Well,
that
I
was
think
great.
I read one of the first things, and I think it originally maybe was more about him protecting Luke, and people were like, it's too much like Mandalorian, like he's protecting the child on Tatooine and this desert and all this. So maybe that was part of the rewrite. Like, let's focus on Leia and let's have him, be involved with her and have to go save her, whatever. But I liked that. I liked Tala. I liked her a lot as like in part of the helping the Jedi. I liked what's his name as the other fake Jedi guy.
Yes.
I looked him up. What was his name?
Never
Kamal
Yeah,
and
he's
Johnny.
in so many things.
Yes.
But he was great. I thought he added some good, not goofy, but funny humor. Like I liked him
Yeah,
a
he
lot.
was good.
So overall,
him
yeah.
too.
I mean, I loved the Leia Kenobi stuff, and I loved just any. I've seen A New Hope on TV since then. It's just interesting to watch that now, and with everything that's come before it. It just makes it interesting to watch now, and I liked it. I hope they do a second series. I hope they take some of what happened with this, even if it's a standalone Obi-Wan that doesn't tie into anything
Right.
related to A New Hope.
It can't at this point. It
No,
can't.
I think you've
we've
done
run
that.
out of road to do that with.
Yeah, I think you've just got to go straight up Obi. I don't know what the story would be, but
Some sand people or something.
something. I just really I like him. Anytime he plays Obi-Wan, I'm there for it. And as a whole, I give it like a 7.5. I mean, like I'm like you, like it's Star Wars. So even things that aren't perfect. I've just told you recently I'm coming around to Rise of Skywalker. I just want
That's right.
What do I get out of not liking them? Nothing.
Exactly.
So while things aren't perfect, not everything is perfect, but I still enjoyed it.
How does this series compare in both of your minds to the Book of Boba Fett?
I liked it better than the Book of Boba Fett.
I liked it better than Boba Fett.
Same.
I mean, I think your first mistake on Boba Fett was to take this badass warrior type character and say, let's do a story where he's trying to just like be a mayor or whatever they call it, magistrate, whatever, of a town and working out his. I just thought, well, it was a weird direction to go. And then the speeder kids, as much as they try to rationalize that, they were just goofy. I never liked them. So yeah, I want to see Boba Fett get another chance, and Ming-Na. I want to see Tamura and Ming-Na get another chance at a series where they're not just like let's marshal this town or whatever. Where the 2 best episodes were of The Mandalorian during the Book of Boba
Right.
Fett.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
they can do better with that. I'm really looking forward to Andor. That's my the trailer for that just makes me excited. I can't wait for that. But yeah, Obi-Wan, I think Mandalorian has just become such a thing with Grogu. Like that to me they've done really well with. And this one put right under that. And of course Boba Fett after that. But I got really high hopes for Andor.
I mean, I'd still give it like a 6.5. I mean, overall. It was so frustrating to me. So, some of the editing, the pacing, and the choices that were made.
I like that you can be objective. Because I can't.
What would you give it, Kat? How would you rate it?
I'd say it's an 8 for me.
Okay.
I'd give it an 8.
That's what IGN.com gives an 8. Yeah, I'm like 7.5, 8. Yeah, I did really love the finale. I liked seeing Vader. I thought other than
I'm so
Obi-Wan
glad they brought
walking
him
away,
back.
I thought it was great. It was a great fight. It was great. I love the moments between him and Anakin / Darth. I just wish they would have had it end differently.
You're
I'm
right.
so
I did like the fight
glad.
overall. I liked the slashed face, being able to see him.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I loved how they mixed the voices. They mixed
that
the
was
James Earl Jones and his voice.
That
And
was
they mixed it perfectly so that you're like, oh, I could see now how it got to that point. It was really cool.
That was brilliant. That was inspired.
And I liked the throwing of the rocks. I felt like that felt really real, and just like how, I liked it. It just up until that end point.
And I'm glad that they brought Hayden Christensen back.
Yeah.
So he was great.
And then they had the flashback scenes with them fighting. That was cool.
Fun. I liked that a lot.
It's interesting because now I just most recently watched the little movie re-edit. So I don't remember. I don't know exactly. I may have to rewatch the series again just to see what was different. Because there are some parts I'm like, was that the way they did it in the other one? Or is this different? Because I don't remember how they mixed in the flashbacks with the rest of that episode. But the way he did it, I mean, he may have just copied it. It may be the exact same.
Right.
Or it may have been spaced, because I remember noticing key moments relating to the episode more than I remember watching the episode. So he may have changed it, but I'm not sure. But I also he didn't edit, because in the series they went from the Vader Obi-Wan fight and then cut to stuff happening with Luke on Tatooine, right? Like her chasing them and back to the fight and then back to. I think they went back and forth. This one he just did the fight without any interruptions because he cut the Luke stuff, which I liked. I liked the fight just being its own thing and not leaving it. I liked it that way. And I kind of wish they just because that was the moment. And I guarantee you, no one wanted to cut away from that fight to watch Reva chase Luke. You knew she wasn't going to kill him.
More chasing.
Right. I mean, and whatever, not anything is gives Reva storyline, but it's this is Obi-Wan and Darth fighting. And you're cutting away for a character that you just made up for the show, and Luke that is not really in danger.
Right. And the stakes were not.
There were no stakes.
And stakes,
yeah, and he doesn't do any of that, and he just stays on the fight, which I like that it was just a fight start to finish.
That's smart.
So, but you know what? We have Star Wars on TV. We literally just watched TV of Obi-Wan and
we get
fighting and awesomeness, and little Leia. We get to see her being cute, and it's what a world we're living in.
I love it.
Yeah.
But speaking of that Disney Star Wars thing, another finale today with Miss Marvel. Big news. I know we had talked last night about a potential cameo. A spoil it from and again, this won't be a spoiler by the time this airs next week, that maybe Haley Steinfeld as Hawkeye would be on there. They kind of tease some big thing, but it wasn't her. It was Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. He popped up in the mid-credit scene, and it was basically her kind of looking around the room, and then you realize they're setting up the Marvels, right? So it's going to be her, Kamala, and who is it? Rambo. So those three, they're going to have their own. I don't know if it's going to be a movie or a series or what, but they basically set it up.
I think it's a movie.
Is it Monica Rambeau, or is it her daughter? Is that her daughter's name? I can't remember.
Monica Rambeau is Maria Rambeau's daughter.
Yes,
and Monica's in Scarlet. What was that? The movie, the show that everybody loved.
Hawkeye?
Oh, no.
Black Widow.
WandaVision.
No,
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out
Yeah.
names.
I think that's that's the sequel to the Captain Marvel movie. I think it's gonna be a movie.
Okay. Yeah. So they teased that. So it was cool. She just kind of appeared in Kamala's
It's Brie
room.
Larson, right?
Yeah. Brie Larson. And she had kind of different suit on. She looked really cool with the side braid things. Her hair was longer. She
Okay.
just appeared in Kamala's room.
I love
And
I'll watch it.
in the
I'll
show
watch
it's pronounced Kamala. I know our vice president Kamala Harris is different, but in the show it's Kamala. And so she kind of looks around her room because the whole thing is Kamala's a big fan. Now I'm just saying it all sorts of wrong, but I'm confused now. Of Captain Marvel, and that's her hero. And so Carol Danvers appears in her room. It's kind of like it's kind of her like looking around at
fun.
like like I have a fan. That's so cool, So
Can I go off on a rant real quick?
sure.
You know, in my Google News, I get a lot of stories that pop up. And almost every week, there's stories from fanboy websites and blogs how Marvel is going to replace Brie Larson as Captain Marvel because she's tanking the series and she's ruined the character. And we have it on good authority
Really?
that they're replacing Brie Larson. Hey, fanboys, fuck you.
Yeah.
Give it up, okay? Women aren't going anywhere from Marvel. Stop it. Go back into your basement and just stop.
Yep.
End of rant.
Mm.
All right,
Yeah.
great.
They,
Well, listen,
they are
that's
exhausting.
they are exhausting. Just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Well, I will watch this series because it does tie into Captain Marvel. I like the first movie. I think we all enjoyed the first movie, Captain Marvel. So yeah, I'll give it a shot. How many episodes, Tara?
Only 6.
Great.
Yeah, but they're like a full 45 plus minutes or 35
Okay.
to but they feel to me it felt, like you needed that whole time to tell the story.
Perfect.
It didn't feel padded. Yeah, I mean it's just different. It has a different editing style, I'd say.
Okay.
But it was refreshing to me and it was just really cool to see a different culture represented, and it was really neat, and they told some really great stories, especially the last few episodes.
Love it. I will check it out. Thank you for keeping us updated. Well, listen, guys, this is a big episode.
Big
Who
one.
knew?
Look at us. I think that's our show.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
I
wrap
hope
it up
so.
quickly because I have one cat terrorizing another cat while she's in the litter box.
And I gotta go
Uh-oh.
make dinner. My wife's gonna get mad.
Drama. All right. Well, Twitter, where you send us some great questions that we'll get to the rest on a future episode at SNOP Podcast with 1D.
Or Facebook and Instagram at She Nerds Out Podcast.
You can send us an email to shenerdsout@gmail.com, or you can go to our website, shenerdsout.com. It's one-stop snopping, merch,
Yep.
old episodes, voicemail, all the things. Check it out.
Please remember to go on to iTunes or wherever and rate us and review us, because that helps us too to get people on the show.
5-star review and say something nice. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Simple. All right. I got to break up a cat fight. So, wow.
Is this the Kit-Kat thing again?
Yeah. Fighting over Kit Kats. She nerds out.
Out.
She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy